Let's make these final points here about the things that I find a little off in Elizabeth Clare Prophet's teachings. And one really big red flag for me is the section on your union in eternity. She says things like, because if you are in a negative vibration, you can actually hinder the activity and service of an ascended master, an angel, or someone in embodiment who is trying to fight for freedom. And that confuses me because ascension suggests that a being is above the earthly plane. So why would they be affected by it? That's a little confusing for me. She also says the twin flame may not be ready to ascend. He or she may have another 1,000 years to embody upon earth because you did not supply that extra thrust of spirituality and light and selflessness that could have propelled that person into a higher dimension of their own consciousness. Then she goes on to say, sharing love and serving others' needs and helping them grow is all a part of giving yourself in advance to that perfect love that will be there when you're both ready, really ready. How? But if by her own assertion, if you don't do certain things, the other person won't ascend. What about their process? Like, I don't understand how she's putting the onus of that all on the reader of this text. It's like, so what she's saying is you could do all of the self-work, all of the self-love that you possibly could. You could get close to a connection with your source, God, the creator, however she phrases it here. But if your divine counterpart doesn't do their work, then you're fucked? What? That doesn't make sense to me. The other thing that's problematic is this section on preparing for your twin flame. She says things like, in other words, you've got to become very wonderful yourself, as wonderful as the person that you desire to be with. And you have to be that in fact and reality and not in fantasy. Because otherwise you won't have the capacity to attract a person. You have to imagine what that person would be looking for. You have to be able to prove to that person that they can that you can hold the balance for their mission, that you can uphold them and serve them and provide the counterpart the qualities they need. That is not self-empowerment. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. The whole point of this journey is learning about your own worthiness, being exactly as you are with all your flaws. Because when we are connected to that other person, we love them unconditionally despite their flaws. So you don't have to be perfect or change yourself to attract your counterpart. There's just got a lot of issues with this lady.